Welcome back to Training Wild Burros with MaryJo. Now, being that horses and mules, donkeys can sleep standing up, do they really need to be able to lay down? The answer is yes. When they're laying down is when they get their REM sleep. And sometimes when you're bringing home a new animal, especially a wild, it can be a long time before they feel safe enough to lay down in your presence or lay down at all on the property. And here, Stein, our most reactive animal, is laying down. I'm just so excited. I'm tickled pink. Now I'm walking up to him very cautiously because I don't want him to get up and move away from me. So I am just so excited that he allows me to approach him and pet him while he's laying down. Now you'll see I'll get a little bit closer and he lifts up his head a little bit. So I take a step back just to say, oh, I see you're a little bit nervous. And then I'm able to reapproach and pet him. This is such an exciting day that he let me come up to him while he's laying down. You guys, I'm so excited. So tickled pink. On average, they sleep for about 4 hours a day. And part of this time does need to be while they're laying down so that way they can get into their REM sleep. You're watching the Mustang and Burro comparison series where I am working with Stein here and Doc and recording all of their training sessions in full. Now again, guys, I am so excited that Stein is letting me pet him while he's laying down. That's showing that he's really starting to trust and feeling comfort. So if you've ever wondered what it's like to train a wild Mustang or Burro, you are in the right place. These recordings I'm doing in full. I'm recording all of the training that I'm doing with them. And that way you can see what actually goes into it and decide if you ever want to try it for yourself or just enjoy watching. So this is such an exciting day. And now we got Doc, guys, laying down. And I don't know if who laid down first, but now he can't get up. He just cracks me up. This is just the most silly donkey. And he's got Ah laying right next to him. And he can't get up. I've fallen and I can't get up. He does get up. He does manage to get up. But you can see he's really trying and Ah's too close to him for him to get his feet back underneath him.
Apparently he's too close to Ah.
So donkeys are just purely entertaining. And there, oh, he's almost got it. He got it. Oof. That was hard work. And that's Daphne closest in the video. And then
look at his face.
Little dude is walking around.
Nap time, guys.
Ah just got up right now. And then Doc taking a little nap there. Stein. All right, guys, we're back with Stein here, and today we're going to be working on target training with his feet and then possibly asking for his feet. I don't know if we'll pick him up or try to hold him yet. So I'm just checking in with him before I go to put on his halter. I want to make sure that he's good. He's leaning into me. I would say he's good. Oh, there he went away from me. Good boy. Good boy. So if I can get him to tilt his head a little bit towards me. Remember, we're just working on becoming a little bit better each time. He's totally starting to get his winter coat. There, that's great. All right. So now we're going to target train, just check in with him before we're picking up his feet. Stein, nose. Deep. Hi, was that yummy? Foot. Wrong foot. Deep. So I'm not going to do them a whole bunch of times. I just want to check in with them before we're doing anything serious. Foot. Deep. Nice and calm. That was great, Stein. Foot, deep. Very nice. Foot, deep. Okay, so I would say that he is remembering. Okay. I'm going to switch my oat pouch to the other side. All right, are you ready? what are you doing, huh? You ready? Foot, deep. There, I held it for a second. Dan, what do you think is my best way with this back foot? When he pulled away, he had a halter on, and I was coming in this way and leaning back to kind of pull it forward. You think I should stand right there? Foot, deep. Good boy. So typically, yes, I was a little bit nervous. Yes. Self-preservation. Foot, foot, deep. Okay, so I'm not trying to hold it for long periods of time. I want to get in and get out as we have confidence. That confidence is very mutual, guys. Come on, Stein. Come on. Come on. Nose. Deep. Okay, so this confidence that we're building up is very mutual. Ready? Foot. Foot. Deep. Good boy. I'm going at liberty because I don't want him to pull away when I'm doing this. You ready? Foot. Deep. Nice work, Stein. So now we've done the front 3 times. We're going to do one more for the back. Ready? Foot. Deep. Now I have my hand around his foot while he picks it up for his back foot. And his front foot, I'm actually holding it a tad. All right, so now we'll do his other side. Okay, are you ready? He leaned away. He's not ready if he's leaning away. You ready? So I'm going to wait for him to lean towards me a tad. If he needs a second, it's completely worth giving it to him. There we go. You ready? Foot. Deep. Okay, again, I'm not trying to hold it for a long time. I'm trying to have my hand there while he picks it up because we want to build our confidence together. Ready? Foot. Deep. Good job, Stein. That's 2. Now you see how his head is a little bit away from me? I want to wait till he's back with me again. Ready? Foot. Foot. Well, now that's not quite right. You tried, but that wasn't it. You want to try again? Want to try again? Are you ready? Foot. Deep. Good job. That's what we wanted. Now I forgot how many I've done. I don't know if I did 2 or 3. This happens a lot when I'm training. Ready? Ready? Foot. Well, that wasn't quite what I wanted. No way, dude. Yeah, not taking it away from me. Oh, leaning away. Oh, yeah. Hi. Oh, hello. Are you ready? So I'm really waiting for that invitation from him. There it is. Okay, here we go. Foot. Whoops. Hi. Hi. Are you ready? Foot. Feet. There we go. Okay, so when he doesn't do what he's supposed to, when he's picking up his foot and moving it away from me, there's no scolding of that. It's just a whoops. Then we'll reset ourselves up and do it again. Hi, you. Are you ready for those back feet? You kind of need to take another step forward. We need to get you square. So we're working on him learning to give to constant pressure. But again, the reason I don't have him under a lead rope with this is with this one right now, he's calm. He's not aggressive. There we go. There we go. That's good. Are you ready? Ready? Foot deep. Okay, so I had my hand on it, not trying to hold it yet. You see how high his head is?
Coming down quickly though. He's leaning into you totally.
Right. And that's where he kind of gives mixed signals sometimes because his head will be high, but he obviously wants it, right? Ready? Deep. I didn't say foot yet, but he anticipated it.
You're gonna.
One last time. Are you ready? You see where his ears are. They're not pinned. They're just watching me back here. There he's tilting in towards me. Foot. Deep. Good. Good, good, good. Okay. So I'm going to give him some time to calm down from that because his head is pretty high. And then we will start with working on centered circles.
I can't wait to watch.
Oh, yeah. We'll give him a little break first. Dan didn't know that I still use a lunge line to do circles with Stein. Oh, aren't you nervous? Oh, my. Yeah, see, it's okay. Are you nervous? Huh? Was that not enough time for you to come down? Your head's coming down. Yeah, your head is coming down, but you still seem worked up. Oh, there's the licking and chewing we've been waiting for. Hi. Hi. Do you have more licking and chewing to do? Huh? Your head looks much more comfortable now. Yeah. You don't do the best job at staying in the camera, do you? No. Are you ready for me to catch you now? Do you hear my timer going? All right. Let's try this catching you now. All right. Come on, Stein. Let's show Dad what we've been doing. There you go. Good job. Okay, if you guys notice, like I'm keeping my head facing down, I'm trying not to create extra pressure for him. Nice work, Stein. Walk. So I haven't asked him to disengage yet. And it could be time. So we'll see if he can read my body language to stop when I 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 steps. So now, guys, I'm just giving him a second to see if he's going to have to lick and chew. His head is nice and low. His ears are uber focused on me. There, they're starting to move around a little bit. We'll go ahead and see if we can't go the other direction. Right now, his feet are pretty even. Remember, this is his hard side. When I bring the flag up onto his right side, he gets nervous. You have to smell the flag, huh? That was his hard side. Sorry, guys, I don't think it was in the camera. Okay, I'm going to stop. Ooh, nice work, Stein. Nice job. Walk. I'm really working hard, Dan, towards not moving my feet to back out of his space when he clears the front. I'll bet you I could try to get him to disengage now. He's so calm with it. There. There he's licking and chewing. Okay, so that was the first attempt to ask him to disengage. A lot of licking and chewing right now. Yeah. His ears are looking around. They're not fixated in one spot. His eyes still have concern in them, but he's blinking a lot more now. I really love to see their eyes get heavy like they're tired. He's going to be ready, Dan, pretty soon for tying lessons. Pretty soon. I mean, we're not there yet, but I don't see it taking long now. What are you doing, Stein? All right, here we go. Good boy. Walk. Yeah, the flag's there. I want you to walk, though. Okay, we'll try this disengaging again and see if we can do better this time. Remember, when you first start on stuff, it's not going to be pretty, and that's okay. Okay, I'm going to put my flag up. See, he picked up his speed, and he's thinking about pulling. So I'm just going to try to get him to walk calmly with my flag up, reading my intention that my flag doesn't mean anything right now. Okay, so he's not very, we're going to call it scap right now, guys. So scap's not my thing. It comes from Ty Evans, and scap stands for soft, centered, accurate, and punctual. Right now, he's not very centered because he seems a little bit more nervous. And it's when they're scap that they're ready for the next step. Okay, so I'm just going to stop. And hopefully, oh, look at that. Nice stop reading my body language, licking and chewing. I have the timer going. So my intention was to ask him to disengage. We may or may not do that today. So when I put my flag straight up in the air, which is what we do when we're getting ready to disengage, if he's afraid of that, then we need to work through that first. So he's done licking and chewing. I'm going to move my rope and I'm going to come over here. See, his head is up a little bit more concerned now. This is the hard side. Nice work, Stein. Okay, so I'm going to pretend like I'm getting ready to disengage by putting my flag up after I get that forward movement again. Okay, so if I'm going to disengage, I'm going to put my hand up. And you see, this time he's not pulling away like he was before. Before I was having trouble keeping his head. So now I'm going to slide my hand down and pick up and walk towards his back feet. And he doesn't get it yet, but this, oh, that was really good, Stein. Whew. Okay, so that wasn't like textbook, like calmness, but I don't expect him to be calm yet. We're going to work on getting better at being calm, but that was the first time. All right, so his ears are looking around some. He's starting to blink a bunch. His head is kind of high. His lips are tight. So those are some of those signs. Watching their breathing is a really big deal. And that one's still really, really hard for me to notice if their breathing is from anxiety or calmness. The best way to learn that is just to sit and watch your animals when they're not doing anything. There he let out a big breath. And if we sit and watch our animals when they're not doing anything, we can better know if their breathing is from anxiety or calmness. His nose is crooked. That's a sign of anxiety. All right, we're going to try one last time this direction. And regardless if we clear or roll the hinds at all, we're going to be done. So I'm going to put my hand here where I want his foot to go. Nice. And now I'm going to help him understand that I want him to walk. Good, good. Walk. All right, so now we're going back this direction again. And I'm going to let him go in a circle. And then I'm going to put my flag up. Slide my hand down the lead rope. Walk towards his butt. Ooh, good job. Good job. It would be better if I were to stand still when that happens and not move around. So now, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stand in here as he finishes coming down. If you're able to see his eyes, they're pretty plastered open. They're not blinking a lot. His ears are not moving around. His lips are still tight. He's tense. So even though his head's not high, he is still tense. So I need to be here to be part of his relaxation as well as part of his escalation of his feelings and endorphins. I want to be part of it when he switches from the sympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic starts with a S, think speed, to the parasympathetic nervous system, starting with a P, think paralyzed, like coming down, you're not moving, you're getting those feel good endorphins. That's how I personally remember it. I am super excited about today's session, you guys. And I'm going to keep talking all monotone so that I don't take away from Stein's relaxation here. But for him to let me come up and pet him while he was laying down was one of the most exciting things that I've experienced in a long, long time. I'm just so tickled pink that he let me do that. I sure hope you guys enjoy watching the series. It has a playlist for the Mustang and Burro comparison series. There, he's doing a deeper breathing there. Look at his eyes get all heavy, you guys. So make sure you click on that playlist. I'm recording all the sessions in their entirety. So if you're ever curious about what it's truly like to gentle a wild Mustang, Frank and Stein are our first Mustangs that we've gentled. We have done other training. We've done remodels and training. Remodels on donkeys and horses. No, well, I mean, kind of. But mules and horses, and then Seamus, I guess you could kind of call him a remodel, and then a bunch of wild donkeys. There, he's not leaning away from me. His lips are more relaxed now. He's looking around. I would say he is pretty relaxed now. So I'm going to unclip him. Did you do a really good job, Stein? Huh? You did a really good job. Okay, so now I'm going to try to have his head come towards me just a tad. We're going to work on haltering with quality. Look at him give to that pressure. That is so exciting. You see this, Dan? Oh my gosh, I just love it. Now, when he takes his head back, I'll just ask for it again. Just a pressure and take, give and take. We want him to learn to give to constant pressure. I like to have a lot of tools in my toolbox. All right, again, thank you for watching. I hope you really enjoy this and you have an awesome day. We'll have Doc next. He just wants to rest his head on your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Donkey hugs, you guys.
He's trying to grab the back of my hair. He's gonna fall asleep.
He wants you to sing him a lullaby.
A soft kitty, warm kitty. It's pretty funny. Don't you bite my ear? Snuffling my ear.
Maybe he's whispering to you what he wants for Christmas.
He wants to be 4 inches taller.
That'd be handy.
This is something else, huh?
Oh, yeah. The countdown.
And he comes running when he calls his name.
And he comes running when I call him. Okay, guys, we're working 2 at a time here. And so Dan's going to work with Doc on his feet, and I'm going to help Thomas doing circles. Now, Thomas, if you're at an angle walking behind him, I'm going to take this. You want this to be like here. You're behind his drive line then, okay? And that's going to help with the forward movement, okay? So you want to stay behind that drive line. And the reason we're doing this, guys, is you're not behind the drive line. You're going to have to move your feet faster to get in that drive line and stay there. You're not behind the drive line. Step over. I'm going to come over here. Step over. Step over. You're going to have to be fast. Okay, let me help you. Let me help you. Come stand right next to me, Thomas. Okay, so here, you see where I am? If he brings his head over towards me, I'm going to put that flag here, but do you see where my belly is?
Yeah.
Facing, my belly button is facing his shoulder. And that's really important when you're doing this. Okay, so if he starts to move faster, you're going to have to take bigger steps to stay behind his drive line. Okay?
All right.
Now you try it again. Okay, so the reason we're doing this is you don't have to keep waving it. He's walking. You're being a nag. Step over to stay behind his drive line. There you go. He kicked up pretty high, and I think he was kicking at Doc here, but we can't have that. We can't have him kicking up with people around. So the goal here is to help Thomas establish leadership. And we're recording, Dan, so we got the 15-minute timer going. Okay, so we're going to help Thomas establish leadership, and Dan's going to do feet. Take bigger steps over when he does that. Bigger steps towards behind him. There you go. Good. That's good. Now walk him, direct him to go back over there where you were. Good. Good. Now take a bigger step towards behind him so that you can go in the circle again. So you got to give him direction with his halter, with your lead rope. He wants me to save him. So little dude hasn't, take a step, so you're behind his drive line. You're way too far forward.
Like that.
Here, I'm going to show you again because you're kind of all over the place. So we want to direct them where to go. Okay, so I can lead him anywhere I want, just like this, just by driving him. Okay, so I'll bop him if he starts to lean away. If there's too much slack in the lead rope, I'm going to use my flag towards his head to drive him away. Okay, do you see where my belly button is pointing?
Yeah, shoulder.
Yeah. But if I come up here, he's going to slow down and get confused. I need to be back here. Okay? Here.
I was trying to lift his foot as we was coming around.
Oh,
Rocket launched.
he got scared.
Yeah. Yeah, he puts his front foot on that sand like a can.
He does the back well too. Come on. Come on. Ready? Foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deep.
I wanted to do that, and he did Jackie Chan. Yeah, he's like, I think it's because dude was behind him.
It totally could be, because there's times that I do this with Stein loose in here, and the times that he's more fidgety, it's when Stein's hanging out too close. But he's gotten more comfortable. Like if you watch in the videos, which Dan doesn't watch all the entirety, of course, right? But Stein is often blocking the camera now. He's the camera hog. Foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deep. You ready? Foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deep. Now, if he moves, he doesn't get oats anymore.
Okay. This is the foot he Jackie Chan.
All right. I'm sure it was just from getting nervous. Ready? Foot. Foot. There, he shifted his weight. Deet. He was kind of stiff, so I just touched it. Ready? Foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deep. Having two people when you're doing this is good.
Mm-hmm.
So Thomas, redirect him back over to that little area where I was showing you before, okay? Otherwise, he's leading you. If you're going all over the place, he's leading you. Ready? Oh, yeah, you are. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deep.
The front right's been done 3 times.
Front right. So is it just his front left now?
Yeah. He's a little champ.
He is so good with
He's
all this
growing
stuff.
an amazing donkey.
Oh, yeah. It's
He's
going to be
barely a long year right now.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deep. Remember, the pro tip is to keep your foot on this so it doesn't tilt over and fall, cause scare. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deep. Good job, Thomas. Now stop. Offer him to stop. Good job. Now give him a break.
We can't chew him, Thomas.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deep.
You did a great job, man.
I think that was 2, so we'll do one more. Oh, was it? One more for good measures, because I forget. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, deep.
You ready to run loose in the pasture like a real donkey, huh?
Yes, guys, we're going to put them out in the 2-acre again so they get to hang out. Remember, if you're jerky with the lead rope, he's going to be a jerk back to you. Okay? So whenever we're jerking the lead rope, we're being a jerk. Is that kind of funny to say? Don't be a jerk. Okay. So if he starts to go somewhere else, I'm going to bop, right? But I'm going to try hard not to jerk. Nice work. Okay. Now when we come over this way, remember he can't see on that side. Good. There we go. All right, Thomas. Now he can't see on this side, so you're going to have to make contact, and that doesn't mean hitting. Okay? Remember to direct him. You don't want him leading you. There you go. And you weren't being a jerk. You just picked up on the lead rope. That's good. Now he gets more nervous on this side because he can't see. Okay? I'm going to move out of the way. Step over. You're not behind the drive line anymore. There you go. Direct him. Give him more direction because you're starting to wander. You're far away from your location that you wanted to be at, right? Okay, so doing this stuff, doing this groundwork, guys, it's going to help establish leadership. And we want that since he's kicking out towards Thomas. I wonder if Thomas is coming up on his blind side somehow.
I don't think it had to do with Thomas. I just think he didn't care that Thomas was there.
That could totally be. All right, guys, next we're going to let them out on the 2 acres so they can run and kick up their heels and be young, silly donkeys and Mustangs. I hope you appreciate watching this. Please hit that like and subscribe button. And there's Thomas learning how to establish leadership.
Good, Thomas. Give him a break.
Awesome. You guys are going to run into each other. You guys are so silly. All right, playing again, guys. Check out their ears, their tails. They're just running around and playing. Look Look at how they put their heads so high up and they're running. Play with me, play with me.
That's what happens to our guns.
Oh, Stein. Percy's got to check out everything, guys. Hi. Hi. Good boy. You want your cheek scratched? You want some scratching? Hello and welcome back to Training Wild Burros with MaryJo. We are going to work with Stein, and we're going to working on his centered circles and disengaging. So I have asked him to disengage just one time so far, and he did it really good. So if you've ever wondered what it's like to gentle your own Mustang or donkey, or how do you get through some things that are kind of difficult, Stein has been a very reactive Mustang, and Doc, the other one in this series, is not reactive at all, but he is kind of pushy. So we have a little variety for you on training. You see Stein did a great job with being haltered, didn't you? Yeah, he didn't lean away or anything. Now we've had to go really slow with Stein because he's been very reactive, so that's great to see. I'm going to grab my flag, and because he has pulled away from me in the past, I'm using a very long lead rope, a lunge line. Hey Stein. Hi. Is there deer over there? Do you see deer? See how he leaned away from me a little bit there? I'm gonna get both eyes. Hi, buddy. Hi. Are you ready for training? A little bit nervous. And there's been a lot of deer movement. He might be seeing some deer. Hi. Hi. Yeah. Let's get you caught. There, now you're caught. All right, let's work on your training there, buddy. So because Stein is just a year old, we are doing small sessions with him. Sometimes they're longer than I want them to be, guys, but the goal is about 15 minutes. We do let them out into the 2-acre sometimes, little pasture. And I have other videos about approaching them when you go out there, because catching them needs to be taught in a small area, not out in the pasture. So we're going to get him really comfortable before we start trying to catch him out in the pasture. In that video out in the pasture, we're just approaching him and hoping he's going to be okay with us approaching and petting him. Later on, we'll work on catching him. Here's my cue to him. And he's thinking. There, he did a try, guys. He didn't do as much as I wanted, but that was definitely a try. Excuse me. And we're going to ask again now. So I'm going to put my hand kind of where I want his foot to go. I want my shoulder to be next to his head. You don't want to crowd them too much. This is his hard side there. That was great. You see how little pressure it took? And then just by putting my arms down, he's starting to read my body language. My intention is just that he stopped. And he did a great job reading my intention. Now, if I put my arm out, I'm telling him to walk. I want to keep a nice C shape with this. So this is the very beginning stages of training him. We've been working on gentling so far. And here in a second, I will ask him to disengage. So when I do that, I start angling my feet towards his butt. And because he's very sensitive, it doesn't take much in a change of my movement for him to read it. And because he's sensitive, I need to be really good at slowing down, giving him breaks, letting him digest the lesson that he's learning. I always want to be a source of comfort for him. He just swallowed. The reason I point that out, everybody, is Stein used to get so nervous that he would drool. By making sure that I give him enough breaks, it's really going to help him not get so nervous that he drools. He needs to have time to process what he's learning. Now his right foot is farther forward, so if it stays that way, it's pretty even at the moment. When you're teaching this, it's easier for them to move the foot that's farther forward. Oh, you missed it. You missed it. There. Because he missed it, I don't want to keep asking questions right now. I want him to stop. There, good boy. He's swallowing again. If he's swallowing, he's not accumulating drool. Because you're a drooler, aren't you, Stein? Yeah. So at the moment, his left foot is forward. So we're going to go ahead and go on this side. So now I'm going to come get my head next to his shoulder, put my arms straight out. And if he doesn't take me up on this good deal, there, he did it. Good job. Now I'm going to ask you to walk. It's important to have your arms straight out. Otherwise, you're telling them to walk over top of you. So if I have my arm out like an airplane, I'm giving them a cue to walk over top of me. Okay, so now I'm going to slide my hand down the lead rope and start walking towards his butt. There, he did it. Now his front foot has only pivoted. There, he reset it. It's important that they do reset that front foot so that they're not setting themselves up to twist their foot or twist their ankle. So it's possible, guys, that you could be out there working with your donkey or your Mustang and you feel like you ask questions and then you sit around a lot. There, he just let out a big, deep breath. The sitting around with them is so important. It helps you be that source of comfort for them. See how he's taking steps towards me. So I could even come in and pet him. See how his head went up? We're still working through some of this, aren't we, Stein? Now remember, your flag, you don't want that to be a source of anxiety for them. So it's important to also pet them with the flag. If they're really nervous about the flag, it's easiest to go straight down from their back or their wither area, go straight down. The other areas they might be more nervous about to begin with. Now Stein's pretty good with the flag everywhere. So he's reading my intention right now, that even though I'm moving the flag, I just want him to hang out with me. We also want to help them get used to it up by their head. See how he jolted there? All right, we're going to ask him to go again. Boy, I'd like to go on this other side. So he's not, his left foot is forward, but I'm going to ask him to go this way anyways. We'll see how he does. Putting my hand straight out in front of me. Again, that's telling him not to walk over top of me. I'm putting my hand where I want his foot to go. He's not getting it yet. There, that was a very good reach. Now I want him to walk in a circle. Once he gets past me, I'll start walking with him. There's a lot of people that will just lunge asking their animal to go in circles and they stand stationary in one spot. That's not what we're looking for with this exercise. I personally don't do that. It's good to get them exercise if that's your goal. But my goal is to get him light with the lead rope. I want him reading my intentions. Keep that C shape there. The better they get at keeping a loose rein, a smile in that lead rope, the better they're going to lead. And we don't want to teach them that they can pull away to get away from their anxiety. That's why I'm using this long one. Now I'm going to slide my hand down the lead rope, put my hand a little bit up and walk towards his feet, his back feet. And now he'll get a break. Now the breaks can be 10 to 30 seconds, or if they're really worked up, it could even be 15 minutes or a half hour. Breaks vary a lot, so you have to just read their body language and see what they're ready for. Now you can see how his ears are kind of moving around, listening to things around him. That's a good sign that he's not overly stressed. His eyes, they're alert, but they're not cow-eyed. That's a good sign. I would say that his lips look pretty relaxed. His head is a little bit high, but I also think that he's kind of looking for the deer that are over there. We've had a lot of deer on the property lately. I hear him taking deeper breaths. I'm not seeing him swallow right now, which could be a thing for Stein. So I would say he's pretty relaxed. He could be more relaxed, but he's pretty relaxed. Now again, we don't want him to be afraid. You see how much his head went up just there? We don't want him to be afraid of my flag. So I'm also going to take time to pet him so that he knows this flag is just an extension of my arm. See him flinching a little bit there. He's still flinching a little bit. So even though he's flinching, I'm not going to stay there. This part is just supposed to be relaxing. Now, if he were to flip out, the goal would be to retreat before he flips out, okay? We always want to be aware of how they feel. So the more we can pay attention to that and retreat before they start moving around, the better off we're going to be. You can see now how his ears are really focused on the flag. They're not moving around and looking at other stuff on the property or the kids moving around or the other donkeys. He's really focused on the flag. So I would say he's kind of concerned about this flag right now. Maybe even more so on his left side than he was on his right side. So he's been just standing there. There he just put his head down a tad. That's a sign. He's starting to blink. Now let's keep watching for his ears to start moving around and listening to things. Thomas, will you start on the 7 pen? So we're still just watching those ears. They're starting to twitch a little bit here and there. His head is still kind of high. Right after I blew out a deeper breath, I heard him blow out a deeper breath. There, his head went down just a tad. He's blinking more again. I'm going to see that licking and chewing. So if we blow out or yawn, sometimes that'll help them go into a deeper relaxation. There, he just swallowed. His eyes are getting heavier. Just watching for more signs of relaxation. There's heads going down further. Deeper breaths again. So how I'm doing things with Stein is going to be different than Frank. If you guys don't know, we brought home 2 Mustangs and a donkey at one time in June. So their names are Dr. Frankenstein. Now Frank is so chill with everything, so I wouldn't slow down this much for Frank because he would get bored. But Stein really needs this time to process to help him have confidence. So how we're doing things is going to be based on their reactions. I would still like to see him start to lick and chew. We're still waiting for that. So these guys are all 1 year old. Stein was born in captivity. Now I've heard rumors that when they're born in captivity, often they're easier to train. That's not been the case with Stein, although I'm sure it is with some. Doc was also born in captivity, and he is really easy to train, especially compared to Stein. So I think every animal is different. There, his head just went down some more. His eyes are getting really heavy now. His lips are not as tight as they were a little while ago. Well, I think we're going to call this good for him, and I will go bring in Doc. And I think we're going to work on circles with Doc also, just because that's going to be really good for him. He's doing really good with all of his footwork training, preparing for the farrier. Guys, I hope you appreciate watching this. I hope you're finding value in it with your own ideas of training and gentling, or what it's just like to do this. I sure am lucky and grateful that I get to be part of gentling these guys and training them. Frank got to go to his first obstacle course, and he absolutely rocked it. So that was very exciting also. All right, I'm going to turn off the camera and go get Doc next. All right, guys, now we have Doc out and Stein being a camera hug. Now, sometimes people say that donkeys and mules are much more affectionate than horses. You have to put in the comments if you think that's true or not. Now, Doc here, totally, he comes in when I call him. He follows me around. He really does like affection. Walk. However, with my horse Stormy, the more attention he gets, the more attention he wants. So I'm curious, what do you guys think about, are donkeys, mules more affectionate than horses? Now he keeps coming in, so I'm trying to send him out. There we go. So what we're working on is centered circles. Now let's say he gets big enough to be a riding donkey. Walk. There we go. We're going to have to teach him to be centered. When does this come into play? When your vet is out, when your farrier is out, when you're loading him in the horse trailer. anytime you're working with them, really, tying them up to the hitching post, we want them to stay centered. You can watch the lead rope and see when extra slack comes in it. That's what I use to tell. I'm going to stop. I want to check to make sure my microphone is on. It is. All right. So write in the comments, guys, do you think donkeys and mules are more affectionate than horses? Maybe you have experience with both. There. You see how my arm was straight out in front of him? That's so that he doesn't walk over top of me. And he found his way around my arm. So I'm just hitting the ground here. Walk. Working on getting him centered. Oh, I see deer in the background. You guys might see deer soon in the background. Walk. 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 Good boy. Get out of my space. Walk. Out of my space. That sun went down and boy, did it just get cool. I got out here at the tail end of the sunlight. Okay, now I'm going to slide my hand down the lead rope and walk towards his butt. There, he did it. Let's go for another one. Right now, he's kind of sidestepped. That was a little bit better. Let's work on some backing up. There's one. Releasing with the back feet. Good. You see how light I'm able to do this now? Now, if I need to be more firm, I will, but if I can get by with being light, that's the goal. And the quicker we release, the more light they're going to be. Now he's coming into my space, so we're going to work on backing up again. And with this, my thumb is down, and I'm hanging on above this knot. Stein, you're a camera hog. Let's go with another step. Good boy. All right, now we're going to ask him to clear the front. There, he got an extra step. That's just a poor balance. And that's another reason we're doing this, is to build up that muscle and balance. Guys, I wasn't paying attention in his halter. He just stepped on it. Walk. 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 Now he's trying to come in. So I got to send him out. Walk. Walk. Come on. Walk. Walk. Now he's coming into me. I want to get him farther away. Hitting the ground, guys. There. Walk. Walk. He's starting to come in again. There you go. Good job. Walk. I'm going to slide my hand down the rein. Now I want him to disengage and not walk forward but to resituate that foot. I'm going to count that. Now I'll give him a break. Now remember, donkeys, they need even more breaks than horses generally. And Doc really just likes the love. He just wants lots and lots of scratches on his brakes. Let's see if we can tighten up your halter a little bit. This here is a Mustang halter for yearlings, and it does seem to fit the standard donkeys pretty well. And there's a link in the description for that if you're curious about trying one yourself. All right, let's go the other direction now. Okay, so my shoulder by his head, arm straight out so he doesn't walk over top of me. Good job. There, good. See how he found his way around? I'd say he stays out from me for better on his left side than he does his right, I think. I'm going to slide my hand down the lead rope. Trying to get him to disengage. And he's just kind of sidestepping instead of disengaging. Come on. There, that was a really good one. Boy, I'm starting to get dizzy, guys. Focusing on one spot will help you not get as dizzy. All right, let's work more on your backing. Stein, you're hogging the camera again. You're the biggest camera hog, Mr. Stein. Nobody's going to be able to see what Doc's doing, and he's the star of the show at the moment. Now, let's work on your backing. Get him to disengage again. But he hasn't done it, so I can't release. So if you start to ask something, don't release that pressure until they do it. There, he did it. Okay. I'm going to give him a second because that one was hard for him. Now, to do this, we're going to go thumb down. So thumb down. Hang on above the knot. And then you wiggle it back and forth. Release with the back feet. And release with every step. And if they try to evade by putting their head way down, just stick with it. They'll get it. And then eventually they'll be good with it. Hope you guys find this helpful. All right, guys. So sometimes it's kind of hard to get them to disengage, right? And you've seen that with Doc here. So if I take my flag and I wave it like this, and sometimes even making a little bit of contact. Remember to get in and get out. We don't want to be a nag. So if I bring my hand up here and he doesn't do it, I can come in there and he did it. So you see how much quicker that was than me just kind of flopping around my flag. Again, all I'm doing with that is I'm holding my flag up like this and then I'm going like that. So it's not hurting him, but a little bit of contact can help them get it sooner and not tune us out. There, that was better already. Donkeys are very good at tuning you out if they think they can. So let's come over here, Doc, so that people can see. Okay, so I'm going to put my hand up. Now I'm going to wave my flag. I want a little bit more of a crossover. There, that was good. That was good. So remember, don't be a nag. Get in and get out so that your donkey doesn't tune you out. So we're going to ask him to disengage again, or clear the front, pardon me. Go around me. Now I'm going to slide my hand down the lead rope and walk towards his foot. And look at how quick he did it there. Good job. Good job, Doc. Good boy. Now let's go this way one time. Lots of practice to help them get this. Now I'm going to slide my hand down the lead rope. There. Oh, that was so good, Doc. Remember, the quicker we release, the quicker they get it. Again, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy watching. Find this helpful. Remember, don't nag them, because a donkey will tune you out just as fast as they can if they think that you're not paying attention. You guys have an awesome day, and thanks for watching.